Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only PDawg Knight.
Yeah, I'm here, sort of. Good morning, everybody. Where's this thing? There it is. Excuse me. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. Still eating my piece of ham. And welcome back to the PDawg Knight Channel on this 30th of December, 2025. Only a couple more days until the new year. And I think we'll do a special Wednesday version of Friday Q&A tomorrow. But it won't be like the normal Q&A because we'll still do Friday Q&A. But tomorrow, I want you to think about things that you'd like to see in 2026. And we'll just make a whole list, and maybe I'll make a separate video of what you came up with. But today, we're going to talk a little bit more about the Nick Shirley saga in our limited time, because there have been a couple of new developments that I saw, and I was like, yeah, I saw your Tuesday Q&A. I'll answer that question in a second. Saw a couple different things about it that, let's just say people who do not support Nick Shirley are trying to use to debunk the little reporting that he did. And sorry about the chewing. Okay. Okay. So, and I was just like, wait a minute. Y'all need to get your shit straight. Cause y'all talking about different things that contradict each other. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, you'll figure it out as soon as I click that old button, or as soon as I get into that topic, which I'll try to do quickly since I'm short on time today, thanks to, just thanks to what I do in the outside of this place. And I wish I had more time, but I don't. So let's say hi to everybody and get this thing going. First in the chat today, JB, beat everybody. Yes, gets the bell, everything. Way to go, Jay Blizza. Oh, I didn't say good morning, did I? Oh, I didn't even notice that. I was so pressed for time. By the way, we do have our first sponsor of the day, and that would be the second person in the chat, Avocados Diabli, who dropped a small bullet in the tip jar, and you are now the new... Where's that button?
You are the new
Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Number
day.
one. Yeah, baby. Who says, Tuesday Q&A. If oil comes from dead plants and animals, does that mean if you use a petroleum-based sex lube, you are engaging in necrophilia? Well, a combination of necrophilia, beastophilia, herbophilia, and probably more than that. Because, oh, good Lord. Anyway, so... God, you kill me. Also in the chat today is Somnable Nation, Kara Soldier, Civic Magic. What up? Nice to have you back. It's been a minute. Who else? Blue Eyed Scream, Attack Alpaca, Paul Farrell. What's up, Paul? And there's probably more, but I don't see you yet. So if you're here. Oh, well, it says there's only 10 people here. Well, that makes sense. 10 people, 11 people, 4 likes. That's not even a good ratio for that many. So hit the like button and tell somebody else we're here. I don't know. People show up as soon as they get notifications, and YouTube's pretty crappy about that. Why is this thing still saying the starting screen? Oh, I see. My studio's messed up. So anyway, we're here. We're queer. Get used to it. What did I just say? Anyway, I want to talk about the Nick Shirley saga, though. What is going on here? Why is my homepage not going back to home? Good God. Oh, that's because I'm on... What's other than that? What the hell is my... Oh, I see what I did. I never went to notifications, so this is not even showing up. There it is. I was wondering. So anyway, this is all back. I don't even know what to call it. Oh, interesting. This is kind of breaking. Well, no, that's November 27th. Never mind. I thought it said it was breaking news, but that's from a long time ago. Oh, isn't this sweet? Okay, I'm just scrolling down X a little bit. Someone posted this. This is Amy Bach, the former executive director of Feeding Our Future and the ringleader of the fraud in Minnesota. Does she look Somalian to you? No one said it was just Somalians. And also, her two partners were both Somalian. And so it's her and two Somalians. So what? And it's funny because the ringleader of the fraud in Minnesota, really? Did she, there's dozens and dozens and dozens of entities committing fraud in Minnesota. She's just one of them. I don't get it. So anyway, it's just weird. And then there's people jumping on another bandwagon. Anyway, let's get into the show. First of all, today is holiday. Now this, yes, I still have my Christmas tree up, and the fire's still going. I should probably extinguish that occasionally, but I like the fire. Today might be one of the most important holidays behind well, except for like Christmas and Easter and 4th of July and New Year's Eve. And well, it's not the most important, but it's a significant holiday today. Ladies and gentlemen, happy National Bacon Day! Yeah! Bacon's sexy, I'm telling you. It's National Bacon Day. And people are posting stuff about bacon. Hey, it's National Bacon. Look at that. That's the bacon. By the way, one of the weird questions I saw the other day was like, so if you make a bunch of bacon, and what do you do with the leftover bacon? Like and I was like, wait a minute, what the hell is leftover bacon? I've never even heard of that. Happy National Bacon Day. Every day is Bacon Day. No, every day is Bacon Day. But today is National Bacon Day. What do you mean that bacon's too cooked? You don't like crispy bacon? What the hell are you talking about, AD? What the hell are you that bacon looks perfect. Are you one of these people who like bacon that still is all limp and shit? That's the only thing I can think of. You like some gay bacon. Why are you being Islamophobic? Yeah, right. Hello, Reaction Puerto Rico. You're weird, okay? Most people like their bacon firm and actually even sometimes a little crisp. Like Lady Boomer likes hers almost burnt. You like it room temperature. Well, there is, you can't be perfect. I thought you were perfect, but nobody's perfect, AD. And so now you've just proven that you are not perfect. Bacon lovers celebrate National Bacon Day with creative posts and deals. Bacon enthusiasts honor the crispy favorite. See, crispy, that's what it's supposed to be. Crispy. The crispy favorites versatility in breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and even dessert. Have you ever had bacon maple donuts? Oh my God. At there's a store chain called Hy-Vee here in the Midwest. I should say the western part of the Midwest, because they're out of Iowa, but now they kind of spread all over. And they have bacon maple donuts. It's like it's donut with some of that maple glaze and then bacon all over the top of it. Oh my God. Those are so freaking good. I was like, holy shit. Hello, Chris. Pork belly soft and unctuous. Now, pork belly can be soft as long as it's fully cooked through. But yeah, pork belly, bacon, whatever. It's all good. And hello, Fight for Our Rights. Welcome. LMAO soggy limping. No one likes soggy bacon except for AD and my daughter-in-law. She likes her too. She likes her bacon like she wants it not moving. She wants it cooked, but she wants it just to be soft and ew. I can't do it. Bacon has to be crispy. It just has to be. Say maple bacon donuts with the very sexy music. Oh, sure. You know that you want some of those maple bacon donuts. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I might have to leave for a minute. Just, sexy. So anyway, all right. Hello, Ty Alexander and Direction Puerto Rico, Chris, and who else was it? To fight for our rights. Welcome to the show, all of you. By the way, thank you, Pope Tyrannus III. What the hell was that? Pope Tyrannus III is here. Nope. With today's message of hope, not from the Father, not from the Son, but from the Holy Ghost. And now I can't find it. I scrolled up. I saw you'd left something there. Or maybe you did. Did I just? Oh, blessings of the Holy Ghost. And I like my bacon a little crispy. Well, there you go. That is the message of the day from Pope Tyrannus III. It's bacon day. I love me some bacon. Send that clip to the donut shop. I'm telling you, maple bacon donuts are freaking amazing. The first time I saw it, I was like, because it's at Hy-Vee, they have this huge bakery. The one by us, has this huge bakery section. There's a whole section of donuts, and I'm walking by, and I'm like, is that bacon on a donut? I had to try it. Oh my God, it was so freaking good. It was so freaking good. If you cannot use a piece of bacon to whip someone, you burnt it. Okay, AD, I'm this close to muting you. Just no. Anyway, it's National Bacon Day, and there's some cute little bacon memes. There's one there. There's how AD likes his bacon. Is that right? That picture there of the bacon crusader. Oh my God! I just realized what that was. That's terrible. And then okay, that's weird. Brandon Hannibal Donkey. Oh, he posted all these pictures of a donkey with hot chicks doing weird things. Yeah, you're dying on this hill. Yeah, you might like from trichinosis or some shit. That's what you're doing. Anyway, yeah, happy National Bacon Day. So there you go. Also, other holidays today. Oh, I should turn it off. Well, it's not showing anyway. Where the hell's the holiday calendar? Here, let me refresh this. Oh, there we go. So yeah, National Bacon Day, Rizal Day. I have Jose Rizal. That's something has something to do with Philippine independence. National Cheryl Day, if your name is Cheryl. Yeah. And National Resolution Planning Days. For your New Year resolutions, you got to get them things down on paper or something. You know what? I hate making New Year's resolutions because New Year's resolutions are just made to be broken. I just rather think about things that I got to, get caught up on. And there you go. That's all I worry about. All right. So enough of that. All right, let's move on. In the news, the big things. Let's see, what was this one? Oh, now this one, I don't know why this is coming up now. Maybe it's just because of all the Somalian stuff. But this, for some reason, is trending right now. The whole Ilhan Omar's net worth. Her household net worth jumps millions amid district fraud scandal. Omar entered Congress in 2019 with a household net worth between $65,000 and $25,000, mainly due to student loans and car loans. Her 2024 disclosure filed on May 14, 2025 lists assets between they got this wrong. It should be 6 and 30 million. Now here's the thing. She did get married to a rich guy since then, so that kind of explains part of it. But most of that net worth is mostly from her husband, Tim Minett, one of those very dangerous white males that she should be concerned about, because he had this venture capital firm called Rose Lake Capital, and also a California winery, which is there's some lawsuits going on about the winery. But the sharp rise coincides with Minnesota's Feeding Our Future scandal, where $250 million of child nutrition funds were stolen through fake nonprofits, prompting probes and calls for investigation into Omar's finances, though no evidence of wrongdoing has surfaced. And there's no evidence of that. So as much as I disdain her, this whole thing about her net worth jumping, it's kind of a nothing burger. She married into wealth. And so, what are you going to do? Tell her not to be married? Hello, Lewis, by the way. So I don't really care about that. And look, the one thing, though, here's one thing that the fraud scandals do, or how they do affect Ilhan Omar, is because the Somalians have been really big on campaign cash. So there's a good chance that a ton of the campaign cash she gets from the Somalian community, and also it's also with Keith Ellison too, and he even kind of bragged about how money makes the world go round when he was talking to a bunch of Somalians. That's where you go, oh, there's a real connection. But her net worth, I don't give a shit, because it's not just her net worth; it's that and her combined with her new married husband, which she has to disclose. So I'm like, yeah. Whatever. I'd be more worried about how her husband got that money. She also paid her now husband a lot of campaign money before marrying him. That's the other part. Yes, that is a scandal in a way. Basically, she's paying her and then marries the guy she's been giving campaign money to. But her net worth still should not be the biggest focus. But anyway, it's a nice talking point, but I'm not, whatever. All right. But here's another one now. And it seems like everything trending now has to do with Somalians. I don't know why. So the state of Washington's governor had a meeting with some Somali meetings. And apparently it's drawn a fraud backlash. What's his name? Governor Bob Ferguson of the state of Washington posted about the Monday gathering praising diversity while decrying Trump's rhetoric and deportations. The post drew quick criticism on social media, as social media users pointed out, to Washington's subsidized child care centers. There's there's over 500 of those in the state of Washington too, and now they're getting some scrutiny. So they have subsidized child care centers, many listing Somali as primary language, and clustered in areas like Kent and Federal Way with incomplete addresses or no visible children during visits by citizen journalists. No changes have surfaced in Washington, or charges have surfaced in Washington, unlike Minnesota's $250 million plus fraud probes through DCYF reports, or though DCYF, I don't know what that stands for, reports 55 open investigations, and Somali leaders call the scrutiny unfair fallout from political rhetoric, which they're going to blame Donald Trump. And then because they can blame Donald Trump, their fraud will go unnoticed. In fact, there'll be probably judges who dismiss cases that were by a jury of the peers, because the peers probably weren't Somalians, and so they're saying, oh, well, these weren't Somalian peers, so we're just going to throw this case out. Anyway, he posted this. He said, I met with the Somalian community. Here's the picture. This is the post he made. I met with Somali American community leaders today to discuss the deep damage inflicted by Donald Trump's harmful rhetoric and reckless deportations. Here in Washington State, we recognize that diversity is strength. Well, I wonder if he did that and spoke Somalian the whole time. Because like Jacob Frey, the mayor of Minneapolis, who seems to think that it's important that we adopt the language of people moving here rather than they adopt learning English and shit. But, most of the Somalis are learning English. I can't knock that. At least all the ones I know speak English. Because there's a few at work, and they're pretty cool guys. But, they're probably not, they're not driving BMWs and Mercedes, and all that shit like the ones who run the daycares. So I guess that's a whole new thing. So anyway, and then the other one, what was the other one? Oh, well, I'll come back to that one. Also, the Fed Open Markets Committee has an emergency meeting today. Just saw this breaking. FOMC emergency meeting today at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Agenda, rate cuts, liquidity risks, and possible cash injections into the market. One says mega bullish for crypto. They call the emergency meeting at 2. They will discuss rate cuts, liquidity issues, and cash injections. Which, cash injections into what? You mean cash injections causing inflation? I don't know. Hello, Selected Boy.
Yeah, boy.
So we'll see. I'm done with 2025. See all y'all in 2026 with FOMC. If you focus on time, order flow, and how bodies close above or below. What the hell does that mean? So anyway, the FOMC minutes will be released today. On December 31st. This is one of the most significant macroeconomic updates of the week. So anyway, we'll see what goes on with that tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Are they going to do a rate cut at the end of the year? I don't know. Money printing and inflation. Probably. That's just, holy shit. All right. And then other things trending. Harmeet Dillon is trending. She's in the Justice Department. I can't remember what area she's, but she's apparently she's not happy with people who are criticizing the administration, and I don't know. She's blocking a bunch of people, and I haven't really quite figured out why. Oh my God! What conservative influencers? If you think you are keeping the pressure on or winning by spreading bullshit attacks on real Donald Trump's hand-picked cabinet, you are not. You are earning money to spread misinformation. You are hoes. Listen to an honest, learn an honest profession. Oh shit! What is she talking about? What would it take to indict Tim Walz? This isn't AG Harmeet Dillon, because that's that. What is she talking about? And she's blocking people? I don't know what's going on. Breaking. President Trump's DOJ lawyer Harmeet Dillon has reportedly begun blocking American citizens on her personal X account who call for the government to arrest and hold people accountable. You know, people can have their opinions. Come on, Harmeet, what's going on? Anyway, so that's why she's trending. All right, let's get into the story of the day, which is that one. Nick Shirley, because it was a story yesterday too, but there's been some new developments. Now, before I get to that though, Scott Jennings was trending, talking about this, and you know what? I figure it's Scott Jennings. I can just listen to what he says and see if it makes sense, and then we'll just go from there. But anyway, someone here says, this was another watershed moment on CNN. Scott Jennings used his voice to speak for the millions of Americans fed up with fraud running roughshod in blue states across the country. Abby Phillips tried to push her narrative about the Somali fraud scheme in Minnesota, but Jennings fired back immediately. So here's the clip that is gaining some traction in Middle America and beyond.
This idea that nothing is being done, that no one is being held accountable, that this was just let to run rampant is completely false.
How?
Well, some people have been held accountable, but I think in the opinion of most Republicans, not nearly enough. And truthfully, until somebody in a position of power, until somebody in a position in Minnesota, elected position, who was in charge of administering this or
like
having some oversight
Keith
over it
Ellison?
goes to jail, it's honestly never going to stop. Look what's going on in blue states across the country. $9 billion in Minnesota, $70 billion in fraud in California, cooking the crime stats in Washington, D.C. When is someone in a position of power going to go to jail for the rampant fraud?
Hold on a second.
You ever notice how Abby loves to cut off Scott Jennings and play the goalkeeper for Team Democrat? You ever notice that? She's just like trying to block pucks left and right.
You can put all the low-level people in jail you want, but until somebody in charge goes to jail,
Trump
it won't
has
stop.
this idea that nothing is.
So she was going to go talk about a Trump's pardon. And I disagree with a bunch of Trump's pardons too. He pardoned somebody who was convicted of fraud in Minnesota. I don't agree with that either. But Abby's always there trying to play goalie. Let's see. Is this a different clip? Let me see if this is the same one. Scott Jennings, the real reason California is proposing billionaire tax. Oh, this is kind of related to this too.
It's not a millionaire tax. It's a billionaire tax, and the idea would be, I guess, to use that revenue in order to offer.
I always laugh when they say it's a billionaire tax. It's a tax on billionaires. What are you taxing when you're taxing billionaires? Are you taxing them on the fact that they're a billionaire? So does that mean you're going to require them to liquidate assets because you're obviously not taxing their income because they're a billionaire? Like Elon Musk, everyone says, "Oh, Elon Musk is worth $763 billion." We should if we just tax that at 25%, he could solve the homeless crisis. So you want him to sell a company to do that? Because that's what his worth is in its company. Yeah, he's got stocks and he can borrow against it, whatever. But again, it's the Scrooge McDuck theory that they all seem to think is true. Oh, he's just got a big old vault full of diamond and gold and silver and fucking millions of dollars just on hand that he can just, here, let me give you just to take a shovel and dig it into a wheelbarrow and we'll just bring it over to you. Not how it works.
Improvements for the average Californian.
Worth debating. Why pick $1 billion? Why in Washington did you pick $1 million? Why don't you pick 999,999? Why not pick 500,000? Why pick 5%?
Right?
Why not 6? Why not 10? Why not 20? Why not 50? The thing is, it's all arbitrary just to attack people that we hate. And it is not for the public benefit.
Snap!
In California, the state auditor just found $70 billion in fraud going on in the state. The reason they need a wealth tax is to cover up the fraud. The hole in the budget in California is due to fraud. That's why they're trying to tax
So when
people.
you just admitted that it was
in
about
every state in the union.
70
Red
billion?
States, it's not a millionaire tax, it's a billionaire tax. And the idea would be, I guess.
Abby, stop digging. Now let's see what Scott put on here himself. He was on This Week, apparently. Oh, no, who is this? Marjorie Taylor Greene became a lib this year. So what? The MAGA division narrative is overblown intentionally by those who want to see President Trump fail. Trump is still extremely popular among Republicans. He's the strongest party boss in the modern era. It's time to focus on winning. Okay, that's something he did on Meet the Depressed. Here's one. Is this the same one? This is California.
This idea.
That's the California. Anyway, so there you go. So that's why Scott Jennings trending, because he's that fly in the ointment that everyone on the left hates because they let him on CNN. They let him on CNN. Oh my God. They let him on CNN. All right. Now. Oh, and then the other one, the thing that was trending, but I'm not gonna. You can just look it up. Someone made some AI videos of Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley, with over 900,000 followers, has spotlighted vacant facilities like the Quality Leering Center, licensed for 99 kids but appearing to be empty while receiving $1.9 million in CCAP funds. His December 26 video drew 126 million views. Holy shit! Highlighting luxury cars and lots of stuff, avoiding questions amid 95 past licensing violations. So someone's made some AI clips of Nick Shirley. It's cute, but it's stupid, so I'm not even going to bother showing it to you. What I really wanted to talk about today, though, is the evolving story now about this. And I'm going to start with, let's start with this one because, where is this guy? Where is it? This guy. Okay, here it is. I want to start with this video of someone who's trying to debunk Nick Shirley. Okay, and this one, you gotta see this. And also, by the way, they're gonna highlight this little piece of paper on this door because I got a feeling that said something different that they're gonna show you.
Here in Minnesota, massive fraud is taking place within the government and the Somali population. Here, this building alone, Quality Learning Center, is a daycare, yet they spelled learning wrong, and they said leering. This daycare alone in 2025 has received $1.9 million from the government. And the strange things about these childcare centers is there's no one here right now. It's midday on a weekday. If you were to try to go inside, it's completely closed and the windows are all blacked out. No one's working. Midday. Children should be in here, and this place is licensed for 99 children.
We about to fact check this first.
Okay.
If you mess with me, make sure you hit that follow button. Let's get it. What the hell is he talking about? First, the reason why you don't see any kids there on a midday is because they're permanently closed.
Encapsulate that phrase in your brain right now. They are what? Anyone hear what he said? Hi, Hogo Sports. What's up? They're what? Oh, and Tribute Liberty. What's up, my brother? How you doing, man? They are permanently closed. He says there's no one there because they are permanently closed, right? So that's his theory. There's no one there because they're permanently closed. Let's listen.
Makes me wonder, why didn't you show nobody what it said on that door? And I tried to read it, but you literally blurred it out. Now, the reason...
No. Now, does that look blurred out to you? Or is it just you can't focus that far? And he's looking at the door. Did you think they... Anyway, keep going.
You literally blurred it out. Now, the reason why they're closed isn't because of fraud. It's because they're a bad daycare center. I mean, if you was an actual journalist, you would have been able to find all the investigations they had since...
Now, this is funny too. There's something missing in that picture that you can't see right now. We'll get to it.
2022. Their last investigation was in July. See that all the violations are related to child safety, which is why the facility has been in probation multiple times, which makes me believe that that paper up there is a sanctioning paper. I know this.
Okay, it's not, trust me. It's a sheet that says their hours, but there's something about that sheet that's people are going to try to debunk with too.
Because that's one of their violations, that they didn't post it up. And if you see the citation,
also there's something up here. Where is it?
It's about sanctioning and removing licenses, which means that this facility is probably on a conditional license again, and also why they only have 1 star. I would also like to add that it was the Trump administration DHS that actually audited the facility this year. There is no reports that any fraudulent activities were happening. In other words, this man is lying to push a false narrative on Somalis.
Okay, you got that, right? You got that? So permanently closed. Now, also, let me find the other one here. Let's see, is this it? Oh, is this the whole thing? Hold on.
Is there?
Okay, so permanently closed. Let's just start with that. Permanently closed. It's a piece of notebook paper. You don't get official notifications on note paper. That's true. What up, Banks? How you doing? Nice to have you here. And Anonymity T2. I'll be back. Nice to have you here. So he said permanently closed, right? Now, what's fascinating is yesterday, this is just from a day or two ago. Hang on. I'll refresh this.
$4 million figure. We've been hearing that a lot. Is that?
All right, now let's watch this video real quick. This is at the daycare.
Confirm for us the $4
Now,
million
oops, hang on,
figure
shit.
we've been hearing
Stop!
about. Is that?
Don't know where that
Hang
came
on a
from.
second.
I have no idea where that came from.
All right, so this is yesterday at the Quality Learning Center. Leering Center, excuse me. Leering Center. It's not a learning center. It's a Leering Center. And apparently this is the... Here, I'm going to see if I can get this to start over. TikTok's a pain in the ass online. I got to be honest.
Like I said,
Confirm for us the $4 million figure. We've been hearing that a lot. Is that?
don't know where that came from. I have no idea where that came from.
So first of all, he doesn't know about the $4 million
That's a completely false claim. We don't make that much with the amount of children we have.
How much money are you receiving money from the state, or how does the funding work here for you all?
Yeah, I don't think people understand.
This is an interview with Ibrahim Ali, the son of the owners of the Quality Leering or Learning Center here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He spoke at length about everything related to the daycare, the allegations, etc.
Let me see. Can I get this full screen? I guess I can.
Other than about 1 minute and 30 seconds, the entire video is uncut. I trimmed anything that was just filler stuff or questions that were being asked in the background as an effort to save time and to be able to fit the entire video on TikTok.
As Minnesota, as Somalis, as people that own this business for 8 years now, we do nothing but to uplift the community, uplift our children, uplift one another, uplift non-Somalis, uplift Somalis, to make a better community for all of us. So if somebody comes in and says, hey, they're not doing it, it's just like if you would have came during operational hours and there's no one here, okay, you've got a point.
What did he say? If you would have come here during operational hours, he says. Operational hours. Wait a minute. Now, the last guy said, what did the last guy say? It was permanently closed. But now this one's saying, oh, if you're here during operational hours. Now, if you went online and looked at the address of this particular facility, fact, I wonder if I can do it on my phone. I don't know if I can because I don't remember the address. If you look this up online, it says their hours are from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Okay, that's what it says online. Their hours are from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. And miracle of miracles, there were tons of kids and people at this facility. Was it yesterday? I think this is from yesterday. All of a sudden, there's all these kids there from between 2 and 10. Okay, let's play this again. Continue.
He came, I think it was 11 a.m. Obviously, there's no cars in the parking lot.
He came at 11 a.m. Obviously, there's no cars in the parking lot because this is what it was like when they're talking now. Oh, there's all these cars in the parking lot. Some nice brand new cars all in there too. It's amazing how many new cars they're getting at a facility that is what do they call when they say it's getting government assistance? But all these cars are awfully shiny and new. But anyway,
around there's cars now. Yeah, because our employees are here.
Oh, the employees are here. The employees drive some nice brand new cars. Holy shit, for a learning center that's getting government assistant.
Children are here. Our clients are here. They don't come at 10 a.m. and they're like, hey, their door's not open. Obviously, our door's
now
not
look,
open.
and then they post this note in the window. Because when Nick went there, he said their hours are supposed to be from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. But now on the door, I don't know if you can see it down here, it says 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. What? It's a daycare open from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Is it a daycare strictly for people who have like swing second shift people? What is that? Who has a daycare from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m.? By the way, he also went on the middle of the week, December 16th. Some say, oh, well, a lot of daycares are closed during the Christmas holiday. He was there on the 16th. Nick Shirley was there on the 16th midday. It was a Wednesday. So, they're going to claim, oh, well, we are closed for federal holidays.
We're not open today. That's sign on the door. Opening the daycare license is not easy whatsoever. I see a lot of people pointing fingers at DHS. DHS does a good job to the point that if you ask most daycare owners, Somali or not Somali, it's a really strenuous process. You have to admit paperwork. You have to submit paperwork daily. You have to do a monthly. You have to do a year.
It's a daycare. Well, yeah, is it a daycare after school program? Well, he's claiming now that it's an after school program. Right.
They have to make sure kids are coming. They have to make sure parents are busy with work or school per se. If the parents are not occupied, we don't get paid. So for example, you bring your children to me. While we're open, if you're at home, we don't get paid for those children. Those children can't come to us. We can decide as a daycare, hey, like out of just to do a favor for the parent. We'll
By the way, that's false. Because you know how I know that's false? Because we have run a daycare. Now, it was a home daycare, and we were only licensed for 8 kids. But I've run a daycare. I know exactly what paperwork you need. So, but we didn't get any. Although we didn't have any government assistant people. Ours were all private. We never came across any people with government assistance using our daycare. But anyway.
Parents, but those kids, we're not going to get paid for it. The day their parents stop working or stop going to school, we don't get paid for it. So it's not like, hey, just enroll yourself in daycare. It's not that easy. The parents themselves, yearly, there's a redetermination.
What if they don't check your paperwork very closely? How is that easy? I'm just curious.
How much they make, where they live, the house income, the size of the house. They have to fill all those out. What kind of income they make, both parents, how much they make. If they make over a certain threshold, the government does not pay for it. So it's not like the government is paying for people that have their pockets full. It's people that.
So the point is that I'm making, because you can watch the rest of this video on your own, but he's claiming that, oh, they've been open the whole time. We're open. We just don't open till 2 in the afternoon, and he came at 11. How would he know? So now, let's see, where is it? Where's the Nick? Here it is, Nick Shirley topic. So as I scroll down this Nick Shirley topic line, now his videos have prompted a federal probe into some of the Minnesota child care fraud, because he didn't go to just one child care facility. He went to multiple child care facilities. If you want to watch the whole 42-minute video of the places they went, they figured out that the $110 million in one day between all the places they went to. Okay. And a lot of people saying, oh, here's a list of the outlets that have not covered Nick Shirley's fraud story. Look, some of the fraud stories in Minnesota have been covered. Not this particular one, though. The Feeding Our Future has been in the news here for a while, and some of the people have been there's been 53 convictions, I think, out of 67 people arrested for it. So that's good. But that was, again, that's a federal that's a federal case. And this is interesting. Here's Nick talking about how why do you think local reporters weren't doing the work that you did? Because there weren't a lot of local reporters covering this.
Nick, when I was your age, I used to watch all the local news stations, and every local news operation had a guy.
Yeah, nobody does that anymore, dude. I don't know why you're asking that. Although we would get it online. I have all three local news stations, like their little video, reels or whatever, Instagram and TikToks, whatever. And so they're not talking about it. There's a few people, individuals that do more conservative style news have mentioned it, but not real deep.
A roving reporter who would go around and find waste, fraud, and abuse. Are there local reporters like that in your area? And why do you think they weren't doing the work that you did?
And I don't think Nick's from here.
I don't know. They're scared of being called nowadays. Because it's Somalians that are committing this fraud, people are scared to be called Islamophobic, racist, in which has nothing to do with what's going on.
And that's exactly what's happening.
Matter if it's a black person,
people call, oh, he's a white supremacist. Mexican,
fraud is fraud, and we work too hard simply just to be paying taxes and enabling fraud to be happening.
Anyway, so that's that. So I guess I'm not the only one though. Oh, by the way, is this the one? Oh, that's that same guy. That's the guy who said it's false. It's a false narrative. Again, more false Somali reporting from the right. And this is the guy who's saying that place was closed. Well, if it's permanently closed, then why are there kids there all of a sudden? Now, where is it? Here it is. So here's, I'm not the only one who noticed, though, that supposedly this daycare that's been closed down suddenly has a bunch of kids going in it. And here's the Minnesota Department of Children Commissioner Tiki Brown claiming that the Quality Leering Center closed down last week, which explains why there were no children when Nick Shirley visited. Oh, they were closed down last week. That's why there was no one there. But then the New York Post reports that children were trucked in, with one local saying that it was the first time they had seen kids going into the building. So they when I said get your story straight in the thumbnail, this is what I was talking about. Watch this.
Is there fraud going on here? No, it's a video. I just want to know, what's your response? Huh?
Get the out of here.
What's your response to the allegations? Is there fraud going on here, and is there children? That's all.
So all of a sudden, there's kids going in this building. It's closed, right? Oh, the other guy said it's permanently closed. And in fact, listen to Tiki here.
Of a video that's being circulated that has gained local and national attention about child care centers in Minnesota. While we have questions about some of the methods that were used in the video, we have questions about some of the methods that were used in the video. What? What do you mean? Going up and knocking on the door? like any reporter would? Oh, we're questioning the methods. There's a whole narrative starting to develop around this, where instead of saying, okay, we need to check the fraud, we need to see how this happened. How did this person come across these places? Take the concerns that the video raises about fraud very seriously.
Oh, do you?
Each of the facilities mentioned in the video has been visited at least once in the last 6 months as part of our typical licensing process.
Have they?
And in fact, our staff are out in the community today to visit each of these sites again so that we can look into the concerns that were raised in the video.
Okay.
So I won't go into any detail about whether or not any of these have any open investigations. I will share that our team was notified that Quality Learning Center closed just over a week ago. And I believe the details that were given at that time were around space concerns, and that's what was shared. The previous one I mentioned that had been closed some time ago was Mako.
So what's fascinating about that also, there was another video from a young lady talking about how, well, if Nick would have just went around the corner and realized that building houses a restaurant now. Wait a minute. It houses a restaurant. Well, where are all these kids that they're busing it into the place going? Let's see. I'm going to scroll down here. In a newscast on December 29th, Tiki Brown, commissioner of the Minnesota Department of Children, Youth, and Families, claimed that the Quality Learning Center in Minneapolis had permanently closed just over a week ago due to space concerns. The claim is directly contradicted by developments on the ground. The closure claim, Brown stated the center notified the state on December 19th of its intent to close. She used this timeline to suggest why no children were seen when YouTuber Nick Shirley visited the facility for his viral video, which was released around December 26th. Here's the problem, though. If it closed on the 19th, Nick Shirley made his video on the 16th of December. Contradictory activity. Despite the commissioner's statement, reporters and locals observed dozens of children being dropped off at the center on December 29th, 2025. Now, there's a status update here, too. On Monday afternoon, officials learned the center had actually decided to remain open despite the previous notification to the state. The Quality Learning Center, notable for its sign that misspelled learning as leering, has faced intense scrutiny for receiving approximately $1.9 million in state funding in 2025 while appearing inactive. Commissioner Brown maintained that the previously unannounced state inspections had found children present and no evidence of fraud. So it's just amazing. Here it is. Nailed it. I said this morning, I bet they start bringing fake clients to the Minnesota daycare centers. Sure enough, here they come. Didn't realize I would be right so fast. This is a ruse. The left terminally predictable and equally stupid. Again, here's, is this the same video? I think it is. Yeah, this is the same video of that guy berating people.
Is there fraud going on here? No, it's a video. I just want to know. What's your response? Huh?
Get the out of here.
What's your response to the allegations? Is there fraud going on here? And is there children? That's all.
Now, the other part of this, and it's, where is it? It's in the response to this video. Let's see. Here it is. It is silly, too, because the place is supposed to now be Albi Kitchen. Albi Kitchen appears to be owned by a Somali woman who is also connected to WOOOO Child Care Center right down the street from there. Quote, refugee with 6 kids and $1 million house and 2 businesses is pretty wild. Someone here says, as a former child care director, although not in Minnesota, there should be shot records for each child's papers completed for the child's emergency numbers, completed address, and completed info on parent or active guardian information. True. So it's just amazing the developments happening with this story. That it was closed. It's permanently closed. Oh, it's not closed. By the way, that the guy in the one video where he said it was permanently closed, the first guy showed a screenshot of a website, but he cut off the top of it, and I wish I could find that picture. Because someone went and looked at that place where he took the screenshot from, and at the very top, it tells you whether or not it's an active business or inactive, and it said active at the top. I wish I could find it, but I can't. So lots of people talking about this story. I'm going to try to avoid it unless something else new comes up from it. I really didn't even, oh shoot, what did I have here? Hang on a second. Let's see. Is there anything about it on Ace today? Just check real quick. DHS is now, oh, here we go. Here's a few articles on this too. Let's just quick glance at these. In the Daily Caller, Minnesota's begged GOP rep to stop the Somalis over a decade ago. He told them it was impossible. Minnesotans begged House Majority Whip Tom Emmer more than a decade ago to halt the flood of Somali refugees to the area, but the lawmakers scolded them for their concerns. Minnesota's Somali population is back in the spotlight after YouTube Nick Shirley posted video canvassing multiple Somali-run childcare centers accused of fraud. However, a resurfaced audio clip from This American Life shows that voters were concerned about mass Somali migration long before the controversy. Is there you have the clip here? If they don't have the clip, I'm not going to read any more of this. You can read the article yourself. In legal insurrection, now Department of Homeland Security is inspecting over 30 sites of suspected fraud. Secretary Kristi Noem announced that her department has boots on the ground in Minneapolis to investigate over 30 sites suspected of fraud, including the Ghost Daycare Center. Homeland Security Investigation and U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement have been conducting investigations. A person told CBS News that the investigations include a little bit of everything, meaning immigration enforcement is included. So that's the same thing there. The American people deserve answers on how their taxpayer money is being spent, blah, 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 blah. And also, Cash Patel said that arrests connected to the Feeding Our Future fraud and Medicaid fraud are the tip of the iceberg. Patel informed everyone that the FBI has sent more resources to Minnesota to weed out more fraud. So there you go. Oh, case update. Minnesota fraud scheme. FBI is aware of recent social media reports in Minnesota. However, even before the public conversation escalated online, the FBI had surged personnel and investigative resources to Minnesota to dismantle large-scale fraud schemes. So there's that. And in the New York Post, misspelled Minnesota daycare quality learning trucks in children after viral fraud video. Never seen kids go in there before today. So we just said that. The Quality Learning Center in Minneapolis, purportedly daycare flagged in a viral video designed to expose fraud, may have been bustling with kids Monday, but it is typically such a ghost town that it appeared closed, a local told the Post. The resident called the kiddie scene at the site Monday, a few days after explosive footage called out and suggested that it was part of a widespread state fraud. Highly unusual. We've never seen kids go in there until today. That parking lot is empty all the time, and I was under the impression the place was permanently closed, the person said. Monday's busy parking lot and the roughly 20 kids streaming in and out as the Post staked out the site were a stark contrast to the neighbor's description, and YouTuber Nick Shirley's video showing what appeared to be a facility that wasn't in use. Oh, so a facility licensed for 99 kids had 20 kids walk in, and then there's all kinds of cars in the parking lot. I just wonder how that just out of the blue happened. Like, it couldn't be that the tight-knit community there said, oh, no, we got to make it look like someone actually goes here so these people don't get in trouble. It's very silly. It is very, very silly. So tomorrow, New Year's Eve, today, smell the colors. Oh, I see people. Oh, thanks to all the people who shared the stream. I didn't even get over to that. I'll probably throw that in the, I'll repost all those later. Bank says, one thing I've noticed was that on so many of the places had snow in the parking lot. To me, that shows nobody has gone there because there is no business that would risk slip and fall. Oh, yeah. Especially a business that doesn't have anyone going there except for to pretend that they've had business in the place. Anyway, so that's it. Again, I want to wish you a very, very, very happy National Bacon Day. Go cook up some bacon and cook it fully. Don't be like AD. And that's it. Thank you for joining me today on the Morning Night Live. I'm about to drop these links as soon as my computer starts working again. What the hell's going on here? I hope you all have a wonderful day. Please be mindful that there are people out there who need daycare, and you're not going to be able to find it in Minneapolis. So you're going to have to go somewhere else. Everyone have a lovely day. My name's PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Here come the links to the chat and whatever. So gotcha. Hey, this is PDawgKnight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawgKnight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here.